was just listening to this PDAs, Public Displays of Affection song, and thinking about how we could really do with loosening up. My stomach is flat, it says on one side of the sign where I pass. I missed the rest, but what I did catch was the tail end of the ice box on the other side of the road that looked as if it may have said police, but it was just the ice. And then I realized that police, if you actually break it down, it's the pole and the ice. We have to start thinking about things from a different perspective. And if we break down ice being a state that water changes into from a liquid form into something apparently solid until then it thaws, which is what we must do if we are to get along and actually start dropping these heart walls that have made us feel like we need to contract with entities, corporate entities, that would have us freeze instead of expand. That is then when we see the poles being how we actually become the soil king, the ones walking on solid ground commonly, not common lie, but the ground that we walk on being the common law, the unwritten and unlimited law that each of us naturally stand on without going into natural law specifically and all of the universal laws that would have us put power outside of a force, outside of ourselves that we have no ability to control, which is just the con and the troll that hides under a bridge for us to walk over and get trapped and scared by, instead of actually seeing that if we stopped aiming to be in control, like what the police have to do, because they are bound to do their public duty, because the public is where we all think that we live in this mixed war between the public and private, forgetting that public servants are in their private capacity, men and women acting in public positions. Take all of those suits off and actually get back to being in charge of our own emotional states, the energy in motion within us that needs to move in a functional way compared to a dysfunctional way, which is what happens when we move because we are scared compared to when we move because we are in the sacred now moment where we are pre-sent and have all of our power existing, which is the state of Evergreen Street. Oh my. See, if we use the signs, symbols, and omens that the universe communicates with us through, that is where we can actually take charge of our own lives and be the soil king that actually is in charge of the kingdom, the dominion of us, or the domain of us, and the energetic system that is us, which is why we are the guard in Eden, the energy den of us. All of these things broken down allow us to actually see we are in a dream world. If you actually were along my path, you would see all of the signs that I am using. Lights, 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 and ceiling fans. Where am I? Near Norwich. Norwich, you can say, is spelled differently and pronounced the same. Or is it in the reverse, which is where we see the Quaker settlement now? I'm just playing, I feel like singing. I feel like singing in this universe where we are taught to believe in him. Well, what if we changed the H-I-M to H-Y-M, and then we see that the universe is where we are all singing along, and then we are the actors who become the creators when we take our power back. Don't you see the energy that we have reoriented, and then we also see that earth and heart are the same letters in different order, and so we must do our part to start actually taking back our power to be the change we seek in this world. And that's when you can change the energy that you used to distribute to entities outside of you, and you can be the king within and the queen. For each of us have been told we need to be one or the other, but in a universe where we are all things, that's where we must see that we have a functional king and queen inside of us. And if we actually choose to be functional, then we can take our power back when we take the throne of the inner kingdom and be the change we seek. Be in charge of your life, and then you can be the change because you've actually grounded the R to make it an N. Charge to change? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. I like to just play with the way that I say things sometimes, and as you know, I like to rhyme. So I wonder what time it is when you see this, and to say that may be significant, or maybe not. Only you can decide. Do comment down below, and do not hide your emotions any longer than you already have with the PDAs, the public displays of affection. Why not be affectionate towards one another so we actually connect instead of contract and think that we need to be limited compared to the expansive journey of life that it is intended to be? Let me see. Peace. Loje. Namaste. Namago.